Greetings and welcome to another episode of Massage Chair Chat. Everybody shouldn't touch you. Everybody shouldn't touch you. You know, I would go so far as to say if you're on a table and you're not feeling comfortable, you should end your session immediately. People that touch you who don't have the best intention for you. When you can feel that you're not loved or liked. Massage is love for humanity kind of work. Like any other job, there are people who go into the field and they may not love everybody, or every client may not be theirs, or they work in an environment where they don't have a particular choice over who they touch. So they're angry or they're just not happy. And here they are laying hands on you. And you already know laying hands on people is serious work. So if you're feeling some kind of way about their energy, I just wouldn't allow them to touch me. I know several therapists that I don't allow to touch me. It's that simple. I don't care how bad I'm hurting, I'll hurt. Or I'll use those tools, I'll use some exercises, some stretching, some Epsom salt, some of everything before I get desperate and just allow anybody to touch me. We go through a lot of research when it comes to purchasing different items for our cars, our homes. Those are expensive purchases. Our body, priceless. And being comfortable and confident enough to tell somebody, look, I'm not feeling your energy. I don't feel the love. Every client is not a massage therapist's client. And some people are not that good with connecting with people on the fly in an environment where you meet a stranger and right away you have to make a connection, put aside any of the prejudgment that you may have or come with. You have to set aside and find the love and the compassion to really want what's best for that person to feel better spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. You got to be able to do that. And everybody's not able to do that. Or they just got a lot of drama. We all have our stuff. But if you're unable, particularly in this field, when you're touching people, you don't want to transfer that stuff. You don't want somebody that's always talking about their issues while you're on the table, unless that's your thing. If you like to go and listen to therapists talk about their problems, so be it. But if you're someone who doesn't want to hear a therapist constantly talking, you need to speak up. I do not want to hear any talking during my session. Some people like talking, it makes them more comfortable. That be the case, fine. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when people are, you go somewhere to have a stress reliever and you come out heavier than you did going in. You need to be able to say. You need to be able to tell them, no, I would prefer a quiet session. I really would. So, energy, being able to speak up for yourself, being vocal. A good therapist should appreciate that because that means that you know what you want. You're not afraid to speak up and be assertive, and it makes one take a little bit more care into how they treat you, to be honest. Even therapists are shy about saying what they want while on the table. It's funny that, we'll allow, just as humans, people to do certain things and complain about it after we're off the table because, of course, we're feeling vulnerable. You're nude. You feel like you don't want to say anything that'll make it worse. It's just like being at a restaurant and your food is not good and you feel like, well, I don't want to say anything. They take it back. And then they do something else to it, spit in it. So I understand if you got a full session with someone and you're not happy and you're like, well, I don't want to make a fuss because then the rest of the session may be bad. They may have an attitude. I don't want to risk it. Know what you want. Know what you like and what you don't like. And be clear about it. Be honest with the things that are also going on with you. Disclose them. Because you may be desperate for a massage, but it may not be best that you have a massage. There's some conditioning. Looking at some easy, quick gadgets, things that you can use for self-massage, for getting in areas of tension, places where you may find it difficult to reach using just your hand if you're not very flexible, and just something that you can do while watching television, sitting at the office. A lot of people are working and sitting at desks. There's really no excuse. If you don't want to get up and stretch, then hey, at least have a tool, something you can use while you're working that can kind of get in the areas of tension that are very sore and tense, and something that you can do in between your massages that will help to ease the pain, where you're not so tight and tense by the time you receive your next massage. This Theracane, I believe, runs about $40. I'm not sure, I can't remember. If you go on Amazon, Theracane. There are different ones now, but the Theracane is a pretty popular one. It's one that a lot of therapists use. There are different knobs on here for different things. You can actually use the hook too to stretch as well. It provides a nice stretch where you can add some balance. For those hamstrings, for the glute area. Of course, you know, a lot of therapists, when you know you're getting a massage, and they place the elbow in the glute area and then bend your leg and kind of provide some type of pin and stretch. You can do that same thing using the Theracane and just get that knob somewhere in one of the regions that's most tender, where you can provide release and just kind of get in there and move your leg around as much as possible. You can feel it moving shoulders. The hook is, oh God, it feels so good. That hook is excellent for the levator and the shoulder area. Just getting in there and holding and providing some type of pressure. Oh, it feels really good. Yeah. Get on the other side. Erectors. All those muscles along spine. Get in there in the lower back. The neck area, these little smaller knobs are really good for getting in those areas. The little small ones on there. And tennis ball. So there's a tennis ball in a tube sock. The idea is to provide something here where you can just hold it and do the same thing there. Get in there. Other side, and back and forth. And top of the shoulders, and just hold it. Find the tender spot and just hold it. And really work. But this, of course, is not as specific as this. This is a lot more specific. You can really get in there and get to a trigger point with this. Or even your feet, you know, just rubbing along your feet. Now, it does feel really good on the feet. It feels really, really good on the feet. So that way, even if you don't know what the actual points are for reflexology, just getting in there and making sure you never feels a little tender. You might want to work that area out a little bit more. Be gentle with it. Okay, and just roll your foot around. Something simple you can do, again, while just sitting at work. You know, have it and just, you know, take your shoes off and roll around. And again, this is just a tube sock with some tennis balls. See these, you can find these anywhere, but I like the tennis balls because it provides, it's pretty soothing, you know, the foot stuff. And this is another, something simple that you can have at your desk and roll your feet on. These balls, I'm telling you, those of you that are at these computers, hands, don't neglect the hands. Even if you have to tell a therapist, you know, I like for you to really work on my hands, because sometimes that's something that, you know, people sew the neck and shoulder and upper back are usually what takes you or gets the most attention, because that's what we feel the most. Simple things you can do while sitting at work and not having to wait until your next session. So I have it now where it's horizontally, and I love because you can easily get in that lower back region. It's kind of hard to really reach by yourself without a massage therapist. It feels really good. And of course it gives your core a nice workout too. And if you want to roll all the way up, the key is getting back up and to really get into those hamstrings. You can roll back and forth there. Okay, I like to use it vertically too. Might want to use them on your quads as well. And you would just roll. Like I say, you get a workout too. So not only are you ironing out those muscles, but you're getting a nice workout in as well. And this may be a little difficult, of course, if you have a hard time. Those of us that are getting of age where getting on the ground is a hard task. Inversion table, but it elongates the spine. There are really cool videos on the inversion table. I love it because, of course, as a therapist, we're always rounded and forward or bending, and it just provides such a nice little stretch for your lower back and for your entire vertebrae. And not to mention that you're reversing the circulation. So we're always standing upright for the most part, right? And so it gives you an opportunity to actually, see if you're going to be able to see, to actually reverse your circulation. Okay, I think we're going to go this way. You'll be able to see. So this one, the one I have, it was pretty good. They had a lot of reviews on Amazon, really positive reviews, and it was about $100. It wasn't one of the most expensive ones. They have one now with knobs and heat and so forth. But this is pretty basic. This here adjusts the ankles. There's a little air thing that you pull out to adjust the ankles. This little gadget here, you place your back of your ankle there. Depending on your height, there's a place here where you can adjust another thing that you pull out to adjust the height. And there are numbers here that tell you. On the side, there's a place where you can invert how far you would like to be inverted back. So basically, I guess you'll be able to see, you get the idea. So I'm putting my feet here. I think it's already pretty much adjusted to my height. And so the idea is just to kind of really relax, do some deep breaths. And once you place your hands in the back of your head, the idea is to invert and to really let go and let your ankles go and just fall back and take deep breaths. And just hang for as long as you like. Really let go. Deep breaths. In, out your mouth. It feels so good. You can just feel, of course, the blood rushing to your head. So thank you. This has been your massage chair chat. Thank you for joining me. Peace.